everywhere. I just pulled up in the Rubicon, but I got my eyes on you. Tryna figure out what the do you be on? Girl, you hardly hit me up, and when you text back, it be one word. What the is that? And your friends here looking like that. Now if I press up on her, you'll be so mad. But you found out I'm on the east side. All of a sudden, it's 3 words, hey, big head, no one can't deny. I'm looking at the DM, about to smack myself, cause I know I'm about to reply. And like a dumb, guess what I did? Started typing, ayo, be nice, you my freak, right? If you free tonight. Then I pop back over to the east side. I'm rolling on the east side. I see you still on the east side. Shorty live on the east side. She gon' die on the east side. Damn, got it right. Had to move a pack just to get that right. Told you I would never come back to east side. Never, ever come back to east side. Nah, that's right. Man, you got it right. Last time I hit the east side, they stole my bike. Hagen had to sell a pack just to get back right. Mask on with it. Told them if I ever see it, boy, the first track on Jesus could be on site. Bus number 5 used to slide through at night. Bring in a frosty, lay that pipe. Palm trees on your IG, hey, that's nice. But you ain't even have a bed or a bedroom light. But we gon' be alright. Told you I was next up, you said right. You was too busy trying to get flued out by them D-list that I opened up for at the Blues House. Now I'm up like Balloon House. Fly till I die like I'm left eye. I'm never going back to the east side. Fuck I look like I'm a paid on the west side. Sue. But then getting money on the south side. Sue. I see you still on the east side. Sue. Shorty live on the east side. She gon' die on the east side. Damn, got it right. Had to move a pack just to get back right. Told you I would never come back to east side. Never, ever come back to east side. Nah, that's right.
Yo, what's good, my good people? DJ Danny Ocean in the building, man. We back. 3NT Wrestling. A lot of dope shit went down in wrestling this week. We got to chop it up about it. Y'all know I don't do this thing alone, no. I got the broskies with me. My man Matthew Malik Wilson is in the building.
Bless.
Yes, Sirski. Then, of course, you know we got the twin, Von Casey, in the building. Real New York vibes over there with the do-rag on. I know it's not Silky. I know it's a Polly.
No, you lying. Inside Silky. Polly is crazy. Polly that's on your fresh head is crazy.
What's going on, y'all? Look, fellas, dope week in wrestling, man. We ain't done this in a couple weeks now. The last time we was here for the NXT and Money in the Bank watch parties, which is pretty fun, by the way. I enjoyed myself.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the wrestling world missed us, you know. Yeah.
I know Triple H hit me up here like, Ocean, we need that 3NT. These exact words.
Where's it at?
I said, H, I got you, my boy. Say no more. Just don't bring Hogan back ever.
Yeah, fuck Hulk Hogan. First of all, let's start off with fuck Hulk Hogan. Can we get an air horn for fuck Hulk Hogan? I'm gonna do a fucking leg drop on your grave when you die, bitch.
Yikes. That's how we starting the show today, y'all. Yo, matter of fact, I completely forgot about that. We got to talk about that for a quick second. Big shout out to everybody in the chat real quick. Appreciate y'all joining the show. First thing I need y'all to do is make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that share button, tell a friend. 3NT Wrestling Podcast is now live on your devices and all that good shit. But yeah, this man Hulk Hogan cut a promo for Donald Trump.
He did.
This is the world we live in, people. This is real life. This really happened.
I had an article that didn't get picked up about wrestling and Donald Trump that if anybody would be interested in picking up, I'm still interested in writing it.
Hey, go ahead and write it. Right now, I feel like you should be able to sell that thing, no problem.
Yeah, but first of all, Hulk Hogan. I'm glad. You know one thing I am glad about? I'm glad Hulk Hogan has finally stopped pretending to be sorry that he said he hate niggas. That
man was never sorry for it.
Ever.
He was never sorry for it. That man has never liked us.
No, ever.
This is.
That's why he was trying to fuck. He couldn't figure out what race Randy Savage was. And that's why he kept going after Miss Elizabeth, because he was just confused.
He was trying to wait. He was trying to save her. Come on, man.
Yeah, he was.
That's crazy.
That's what was going on, bro.
I want y'all to like see this because if y'all haven't seen in real life that this was a thing, this was a thing.
Oh, I thought you was about to play the speech, bro. I haven't heard it.
No, I'm good.
Speech
I'm
is
not
awesome.
playing. It'll probably get us flagged anyway. But
Probably.
he really cut a promo. It was like, you tried to kill my president, you're going too far. What you gonna do when Trumpomania runs wild on you? This is a
He
real
gonna have a heart
thing.
attack and die one of these days.
I'm just very puzzled as to where we went wrong, America.
1776.
Uh.
That was your first mistake.
This, I mean, again, I listen. I'm not heavy into politics and nothing like that. You know, I'm really not. But to hear like the openly racist stuff that come out of certain people's mouths, and then to see people of the race that they were talking about celebrating it and championing it and voting for it is just insane to me. I don't get it. Like Hulk Hogan is an open racist, bro. The only time a racist is apologetic about being racist is when they get caught being racist.
And it affects their bag. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Affects the bag.
When they got to get a public relations person to come in and write a statement. Oh, I didn't mean to say this. I didn't know I was being recorded. What's my man name from the Clippers?
Donald Sterling.
Donald Sterling.
Donald Sterling. Case in point. They apologetic when they get caught. Come on, man. Don't fall for that shit.
Yeah.
It's very funny just looking at, if you don't know, I am a very political person.
Okay. Talk your shit.
Now, is the funniest thing about Hulk Hogan, this is what the conceit of the article would be, by the way, if anybody would like to buy the article. You know, my prices aren't that bad.
Talk your shit.
Here's the conceit of the article. Wrestling, much like hip-hop, much like politics, is very facetious in its presentation. So there's an article in the New York Times not too long ago called Politics is Wrestling. Because the biggest characters and the loudest mouths will 100% get you the biggest audience.
That's facts.
Every little Trump speech and all the speeches and everything, those are promos. You think when Hulk Hogan really gonna let Hulkamania run wild on somebody? No, it's an act.
I don't know at this point, man.
I'd beat the fuck out of Hulk Hogan if he's he ain't letting no Hulk.
Like, it's an act at this point.
It's not an act in like a not an act in a like. This is the way I mean it. Donald Trump doesn't care about anything but power.
I thought he was about to hit us with the Kanye. No. Donald Trump does not care about black people.
Right. Well, he don't. That's the other thing. He don't care about black people. He don't care. He doesn't care about. He doesn't care about white people.
That's big facts, Chauncey.
He doesn't care about anything. He cares about He cares about maintaining power, and the best way to do that. What's that quote from? This quote from it was one of the presidents said this quote. If you convince a white man that he's better than a black man, they'll let you do anything.
That's crazy. I never heard that quote before, but that's
if you convince a white man he's better than a poor white man, they'll let you do anything.
Yeah, and you're right about that too, Chauncey. Hogan just believes his own hype, and he feels like whatever he get behind anyway is gonna, make noise.
And I think he believes the stuff down. He a racist, and he gonna do racist shit.
Have you been? Well, that's a whole nother topic. Honestly, I'm thinking about doing another because I be having a lot of free time when I'm not at work. I'm thinking about doing another podcast talking about just pop culture and what's going on in the world in general. But we'll talk about that another time. But also speaking on the whole, the world going crazy. If y'all haven't seen this movie, go watch it because it is it's like it's set in the future, and it's like what we're living through right now. It's insane. But go watch Idiocracy if y'all never seen that movie, man. The president of the United States was a former pro wrestler in that movie. And Hogan's speech just reminded me so much of what's his name, Hector Camacho or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know, insanity. But yeah, we had to get that shit out the way real quick. That was wild.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get to the actual show, man. People, first and foremost, we are bringing that top 5 talk back.
Top five.
Today, we are going to be talking about top 5 tag teams of all time. We're not going to make you post them right now, but I want you to get them in your head and think about what your top 5 favorite tag teams of all time are. We're going to talk about that a little bit later in the show. But we can go ahead and get into these topics since we are talking about tag teams. Let's talk about the Motor City Machine Guns, man. I don't know if y'all seen the rumors. It's circulating around the internet, the interwebs right now.
Mm-hmm.
Motor City Machine Guns are WWE bound. That's the word. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling about it?
Go ahead,
I
bro.
never thought I'd see the day.
On God. On God.
I never thought, mainly because Vince McMahon hates 3 things in this world. It's like black men, women, and tag team wrestling. And there would never have been a time where tag team, one of the best tag teams in the world would willingly go to the WWE. I feel like we're past that point now. You know, we actually have some legitimate tag team wrestling that goes on in the WWE now, and it's kind of crazy that those words can even come out of somebody's mouth.
I agree with that.
The Motor City Machine Guns are going to the Fed.
I don't think we like heyday TNA Motor City Machine Guns were, in my opinion, the best tag team in the world. No cap. That back in the AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, TNA days. You know what I'm saying?
TNA had some great tag teams back then too, because they even
Beer
Money. Beer Money was incredible too.
Big facts.
Was it the Team Canada?
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. They had TNA was lit back in the day, but if they didn't since WWE didn't pick them up back then when they were like at their hottest, I thought I'd never see it. To be honest with you, but we finally getting it, man. How you feeling about it, Malik?
I think it just shows more of the reign of Triple H, man, that he's willing to open doors that WWE wasn't willing to open up before. So I think it's great.
Say something. Oh, you froze. You froze on us.
He lost.
Frozone over
he
there.
said he thought it was great.
But yeah. But not just to kind of echo that statement, man. It is great. This Triple H's reign, and you see what he's doing, bringing all these people that have been loved for years on the independent scene and other organizations. He's bringing them into the E right now. It's amazing. I like what he's doing, and like you said, it's a resurgence on the whole tag team division right now. Anyway, so it's dope to see it. It's dope that, you know what I mean. We might get DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns. We might get the Usos versus Motor City Machine Guns. We might get the New Day versus them. You know what I'm saying? It's just insane right now.
I think those are like insane matchups to think about. Like you New Day versus Motor City Machine Guns is like a very WWE 2K19 create a player mode ass match. You know,
That's facts.
like,
That's facts.
but like you say, it's the type of thing that I hope going forward, this era is more about appreciating wrestling regardless of what company or whatever it's coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Because regardless, you know, one thing I feel like gets lost is these wrestlers are going to be great wrestlers regardless of what company they're with.
That's facts.
You know, if they're given the proper opportunity. And I feel like if you bring in a Motor City Machine Guns, you know what they're going to do. Yeah, I said making sure they're given the opportunity.
Love you, Ricochet. You the GOAT, man. You wanted that.
All right, no, I'm not sitting there Ricochet hate. You know, it's just some of the shit y'all been saying since he's been released been kind of crazy. But you know, it's all good. But like I said, I think it's more about appreciating actual wrestlers and having the Motor City Machine Guns on the WWE stage will certainly be something to see. And being able to see them live at DPW, they're just as sharp. These guys know each other. They know each other like the fucking back of their hand. They got their tag team shit down back.
Big shout out to Isaac and Chauncey in the chat. Yeah, like that's one thing I was kind of worried about. I'm not gonna lie. Like, are they getting a little too old for WWE right now? You know what I'm saying? That was my thought process. Because AJ, again, I equate same thing. Motor City Machine Guns, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Frankie Kazarian, all these people that TNA originals. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They were all kind of same age climbing up. You know what I'm saying? AJ's talking about retiring within the next couple years. So you don't feel like it's a little late in the game for MCMG to come over?
I can't say that. I would have been on board with you if I hadn't seen it with my own two. You know, I watching them, I was like,
oh no, they can still go. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
that was my fear. Like, how long are going to be there? Just going to be there for one quick run and just to say they did it, or
I think that's all they need.
Word?
I really think you give them like a run with the best talent that WWE has right now.
Mm-hmm.
What else do they need? You give them a give them a championship run if you want. You know, I think like a year run. What the fuck is that?
The hell going on over there at Malik's spot?
He got abducted.
Wyatt Six done got his crib.
Wyatt Six got
crazy. Yeah, you know it's right. You know what's crazy? I checked my mailbox earlier. I had a random VHS tape in there.
Oh shit! Really?
No, not really.
Oh,
that was a lie.
I was gonna say maybe they come and kill us.
But
but
let me
yeah,
ask you this: Motor City Machine Guns pop up on first and foremost. What show you putting them on? Raw or SmackDown?
Oh, they're definitely going on Raw. I don't know where I would personally put them, but they're going on Raw. And I imagine if this actually happens, it's going to be around the time the Netflix deal kicks in.
So you putting them on Raw? Who are they first? Who they pulling up on?
My bad, yo. My mic went crazy.
Is there any way to get New Day back together and stop damn playing with all this other shit?
I mean, it's possible. I don't know. But you would put MCMG versus New Day on Raw versus New Day as their intro to WWE Universe.
We ain't got time to play it. I do think they're advanced in age. We ain't got time to play around. Like you got to give me what I want pretty quickly.
Chat, that question goes for y'all too. Motor City Machine Guns pull up the WWE. Are you putting them on Raw or SmackDown? And who's the first team you want to see them go against? That question for you right now, Malik. Raw or SmackDown, and who you want to see them run the fade with first?
Machine Guns?
This the introduction to the WWE Universe. Yeah, Machine Guns.
Possibly the Usos.
That's difficult right now because there's a lot of people hurt. To be honest with you, I will put him where AJ Styles is at right now. There's nothing with AJ. There's nothing with OC. You could try to do something with them. So,
did it go out again?
Yeah, I think so.
And he froze again.
Yeah, that thing hate him, bro.
Nasty business. Anytime you start talking, it's like, nah, son. Malik, what's up with you?
Probably had a good idea too.
What you think, Malik? The might be like, nope, not today. It doesn't matter what you think. That mic ain't having
That shit hating on you, bro.
I think we can't hear you.
No. That's crazy. No,
how about now? Can you hear me now?
There we go.
There we go.
All right, SmackDown. That's all I'm gonna say. I want them on SmackDown. AJ Styles, OC, they ain't doing shit. So go ahead and put them on SmackDown. For my mic cut out again. I don't know what that's about.
Motor City Machine Guns versus OC. That's what you're setting it off with. Or teaming with them.
I'm tired of seeing them on NXT taking away them boys' shine, man. They're not really doing anything down there. I get that you need vets and stuff to help bring the tag team division along down there. But it seems like them boys can carry it themselves. I don't think they need the help of the OC. We don't know what AJ Styles' storyline is going to be. So if you want to replace the OC with them, I think that would be great for AJ Styles because AJ Styles is more of a ruthless person right now. The OC seem kind of like a friendship. They even starting to distance Meechin from them.
Facts.
I heard commentating on SmackDown saying that Meechin's trying to step out of the shadow of the OC. So it looks like the OC as a thing is done. So maybe AJ Styles bringing them in and putting him with them would be something good for the
I
company.
like that. I like that. That's
I
a good
do
idea.
like that. I fuck with that. Isaac in the chat says the name slips his mind, but the boys that just joined Gable's stable, the Young Steiner brothers. The Young Steiner brothers is a great analogy for the Creed brothers, though, for sure.
Yeah.
Great comparison. OC can't get over outside of Japan for some reason. I think Vince McMahon killed that. Because when they first signed to WWE, we was lit about it. It's like, oh shit, they got the whole club over there. That's lit. And they were running it dope when they were with AJ, you know, the face that runs the place or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, they're like his henchmen. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But when they went out, first off, when they got let go for no reason, right after Mania 30, the Boneyard match, AJ Undertaker,
Mm-hmm.
they helped put that whole thing together and then got fired like 2 weeks later out of nowhere. And that completely killed whatever momentum they had with them. Anyway, obviously, they went to Japan, did their thing, so on and so forth. Then they bring them back to sit in catering. Like, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
No plans, no long-term plans for him.
Right. But I do think them coming back with AJ will be fire. But personally, if I'm bringing MCMG in, I'm sending them on SmackDown. I'm putting them in there with DIY for the titles out the gate.
Whoo!
Out the gate.
I'm not mad at that either.
And if it's up to me, I'm putting them over.
Whoo! I'm not mad at that either. Because if you wanted to milk that for 4 matches, I'm here for it.
Right, facts. But imagine the impact that would have on tag team wrestling, the attention that it'll get tag team wrestling. Is if, for one, this outside tag team that people don't know come in and beat, you know, your tag team champions in their first match. It's like, oh shit, I need a rematch now, for one, you know. But like I said, I do like this new revitalization of the tag division. They got a 6-man tag match coming up on SmackDown next week. I think that's going to be a good showcase of the television, and it gives us new number 1 contenders too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When's the last time we had some like legitimate push for a number 1 contender in a tag division in the WWE?
It's been a long time. They just give people matches.
Right. Like, it just, that's something. That's good.
I will say this one thing about the tag division too. I'll say right now is they need to go ahead and disband these random tag teams. The Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. It's obvious what's going on between them. Pull the trigger. Go ahead and pull the trigger. Make it happen. Why the fuck are they teaming up Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews? They could be in the United States Championship picture or something. Baron Corbin, I could see Baron Corbin as a legitimate competitor for Cody if they book him right. Baron Corbin is good in that ring.
Yeah.
He's a great storyteller. You know what I mean? But I don't know. But they need to break up them thrown together tag teams immediately.
Because I always thought that took attention away from the tag teams that are actually tag teams.
It does. Because what kind of chemistry you really gonna have with somebody you used to have matches against, random dark matches at that. My man Chauncey said he can't stand Grayson Waller at all.
I feel you. I can't stand Austin Theory, so I get you.
That's the sign of a good heel right there, though. What I do hate about Grayson Waller is that fucking finisher. Shit. The worst finisher in the game. Well, in the actual game and in real life.
The game of life.
Grayson actually starting to get a little bit of heat, man. I don't know if it was just a great crowd for SmackDown, but
I was surprised Omaha was that lit for SmackDown, bro.
I was booing the shit out of Grayson Waller.
They really were.
But
again, great. Last week, Money in the Bank, or week before last, he's riding through Toronto bumping Not Like Us. Like, Grayson Waller's a great heel, dog. He's an incredible heel. Yo, Chauncey, he said, I can't stand his lame-ass haircut. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk.
I hate the way you...
Oh, man. Isaac said, Baron Corbin's finisher should have got him over a long time ago after he hit Becky with it. He was way over. In the Days has been one of my favorite finishers since I first seen that joint. The Deep Six is crazy, too. I'm going to kind of pause that, though. That's kind of wild.
Say, Danny.
No, we ain't doing that. Don't forget, though, y'all, a little bit later in the show, we're going to be asking y'all top 5 favorite tag teams. So go ahead and start thinking about it. That's coming up a little bit later. The next topic of the show, though, Matter of fact, we said about that 6-man tag team match coming up. Part of that 6-man tag team match, Tama and Tonga. So that's the tag team of the Bloodline, God, Gorillas of Destiny. So let's talk about the Bloodline. For one, do y'all see them winning that match? Matter of fact, let me look up and see who's in that match real quick. Match SmackDown 16 tag match, right?
Something like that, yeah.
They're trying. I mean, do y'all feel like the Gorillas of Destiny in WWE as of right now, are they legit tag champion material? Do y'all feel like?
No, I don't. I think like, look, there's a lot gonna have to do with the bloodline. Like, there's a lot that like I'm gonna feel about the bloodline, but they don't need the whole "we have all the belts" run. They just don't need it.
I agree with that.
I just don't. Why?
I mean,
Y'all having a family civil war and y'all worried about a championship belt.
I do understand the look of dominance, but realistically, if a title goes around Jacob Fatu's waist, who the fuck is going to take it from him and how?
Right. That's the other thing. Who's competing?
Right.
Like, anybody in that mid card division wants some of the Street Profits. They're not gonna win.
Nah.
The Alopecia Twins with
This man said the alopecia twins.
Apollo Crews and Baron
Jada
Corbin.
Pinkett, we know you watching. We sorry. Casey's views and opinions are those of
Bloodline. No. I don't think anybody gonna win this. I'm not gonna hold you.
This man said, I don't think anybody going. That's nasty work. If I had to choose, I mean, if for one, again, it's hard to the way they're building Bloodline. It's hard to not see them win this match. Like, it don't make sense for any other team to win it for me. If I had to choose a team, I'm going with Pretty Deadly though, because they're always entertaining to me, and they have good matches. They don't mind doing the job too. But so Tama Tonga, what's the other dude name? Tonga Loa, the one we don't care about, the one that just does nothing. How you botch your debut? How you botch a low blow? You punch your own man's in the face. You gave. Come on, man. Everything this man has done so far, like, why do they deserve a shot at the tag titles?
It's
man?
been goofy. I don't know. I just feel like when you got a group like the Bloodline, I don't feel like they should be a part of like regular programming. I feel like if you like are this group who's really obsessed with like just beating people up and doing shit, like, I don't feel like they would care. I don't feel like this group would care about belts outside of the like main person have, like, when Roman had the belt and Roman was like, "This is the Bloodline."
It's just everybody's trying to protect him, make sure he don't lose it. I like.
But now that there's not him and Solo's in charge, what are they protecting?
That's what this whole topic is on. Is Solo as the tribal chief? Do you feel like Solo's tribal chiefing how he should be tribal chiefing? How are y'all enjoying this run as the tribal chief for Solo? I got a lot to say about it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna let y'all rock out.
I mean, at first I wasn't with it. I mean, I watch SmackDown and I see what they're doing now. Like, you could tell that he's trying to fill Roman's shoes. You know what I'm saying? But the thing that I like about it is that I honestly don't think this has anything really to do with Cody Rhodes, because he's always referencing Roman Reigns every time he talks. So I feel like this is a build towards that. I don't feel like this is about the WWE Championship or anything like that. I don't feel like it's about that for Solo. I feel like, of course, in order for him to establish that he is the tribal chief, I feel like the WWE Championship is something that he feels that he would like to have. But all of these shots, really, I don't feel like he's too focused on Cody. I feel like all of these shots are going towards Roman Reigns. If Roman Reigns comes back, he needs to acknowledge me. So that's why I'm looking for this Bloodline thing. At first, I wasn't with it, but now that I'm seeing that they are starting to pivot, towards the family civil war, which I kind of think Roman Reigns is gonna. The way they took out KO and the way they took out Randy Orton, I feel like it might be Roman Reigns to actually save Cody on SummerSlam, which is a weird dynamic.
We're gonna talk about that.
But that's what I'm looking forward to. So in that aspect, I do think Solo is a good job because we don't believe that he's the tribal chief over Roman Reigns. It's just that you have a nuclear weapon in Jacob Fatu who's clearing everybody out for you and you're the last person standing. Yeah, I get it. But so far it's been dope because I see where they're going with the storyline.
I get that part of it, like from a character standpoint. Like him as a character, I think he should be more like in line with that, in line with that thinking. I think Solo should be more desperate, like to prove himself, because I feel like him as a character, it feels like that he knows that everybody thinks he's not the tribal chief, and that the actual weapon in the group now is Jacob Fatu. So he should be doing everything possible to be like, nah, y'all ain't gonna start. Y'all missed this nigga, and now this other nigga here, he the way I'm next in line. I feel like he should be a bit more like.
I kind of disagree. The reason why I disagree is because we have a tendency to kind of have revisionist history because Jacob Fatu is here. We do have to remember in the past when Solo was the enforcer.
He was.
Solo
was
has
scared
already
to
kind
death of Solo. He was terrified of Solo.
But do you think that's gone away?
I think, and I think the story's gonna come out that this is why. Where does echo come from just now? Okay, I think it's gonna come out that this is why Solo is bringing in all the troops, because he don't feel like he's enough, and when Roman come back, he gonna have some smoke to deal with. You know what I mean? So I think it's like let me get the whole fam. This nigga gonna whoop my ass. So let's jump him. I think that's what we going with here. But like you said, I do fully believe that somehow Roman is gonna cost Solo that championship. I posted it in big shout Dirt Sheet Radio, big shout all the other hosts and everything. I posted it in the chat. My personal way I'd book it and the way I think it's gonna go down, because we have to get Cody away from the bloodline at this point, right? I see Randy coming in and RKO and Cody. Solo almost getting the win. Roman calls Solo to win. Because Roman ain't going to come in and just help Cody shake his hand after taking his title and embarrassing him at WrestleMania. But he got to put Solo back in line at this point. So it gets Cody away from the whole thing, and it starts the whole bloodline civil war thing. I think that's how it's going to go down. But as far as Solo being a tribal chief right now, at first I liked it because nobody else liked it. In the sense that if you hate it, that means he's being a heel. He's doing his job. He's making you hate it. You know what I'm saying? So now it feels forced. And then especially now seeing Jacob out there.
Exactly.
Jacob changed everything, bro.
Yeah, that's my issue.
He changed everything.
When Solo was the enforcer, Roman still felt like a threat.
Say what do you mean?
When Solo was the enforcer, Roman still was Roman Reigns. Even though Solo...
Right now with Jacob, it's like Solo looks more credible out there, and you could see Solo becoming champion or beating Cody for the belt because of Jacob.
You think so?
I think so. I mean,
if
the referee go down and Jacob come out, what the hell is Cody doing?
You're saying because of Jacob, you think Solo could win a championship?
He could. Yes.
Okay, I think that's my issue. Because I didn't think Roman needed Solo to win a championship.
He didn't. But I think that's Solo's build-up, though. I think his thing is he's not good enough to be the tribal chief. That's why he keeps forcing the issue. In his promo Friday night, he said tribal chief at least 30 times.
Okay. So you're saying because he feels like he ain't living up to Roman, he's going to use Jacob to get where Roman. Okay, I like that storyline. If you feel like
Jacob's going to be like, "Are you using me?"
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That could go there. Okay, I like that.
It's kind of the same storyline.
It is. It's flipped and remixed a little bit.
That's why I'm being careful with saying that I don't like it, because if you really look back, okay, so we don't believe that Solo can beat anybody for the WWE Championship if they're a legit contender for it. Cool. That's a lot of heels who have won the WWE Championship. You got Jinder Mahal. I can name a whole bunch.
Real.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the typical heel gimmick, is that you don't really deserve this championship, but I'm a weasel my way to it. So in the way, it does work.
But
let me ask you this.
being compared. I think the special part about it is he's being compared to, it's the family part of it. He's being compared to the guy who already was the guy. He's not comparing himself to like heels from the past, or he's just comparing himself directly to Roman.
Because that's a direct correlation. That's what.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I think the good special. That's what I think the good part is. I think that's good.
Real quick, big shot, my man. Nas in the chat. What's going on, Brody? He said, when does Jimmy return? I heard he was cleared. They said he was ready to go. What point do y'all see him coming at SummerSlam?
Jimmy and Roman return at SummerSlam? Is what you're saying?
Why not? I mean, okay, first and foremost, we ain't seen Jimmy in how long now? A couple months, right?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine the pop he gonna get at SummerSlam, coming out of that arena full of them people to stop Solo or whatever, or get revenge for what they did to him. You know what I'm saying? Imagine, well, he's probably gonna take out Tama, because Tama the one that took him out, right? But imagine that pop, right? Crowd going crazy. Oh shit, Jimmy back. Then imagine Roman music hitting.
That's
so why not the double whammy?
That's the Randy and CM Punk thing. I can see it.
Why not the double whammy? Blow their fucking heads off. You get what I'm saying? So I would bring both of them back at SummerSlam. I really would. Isaac said Cody won't lose a belt before facing The Rock. I feel that. Cody, he's definitely not going to lose the belt no time soon. If he did lose it, I would like to see him lose it to Randy Orton. Maybe win it back before the match with The Rock and whatnot. But I would like to see that match. I would like to see him. It would surprise people to see him lose it. Nobody expects Cody to lose to anybody anytime soon.
Yeah.
I think a Randy, like a Randy stop fucking with me run would be kind of interesting. Like, while all this bloodline shit going on, Cody, super megastar, if Randy's like, yeah, y'all must have forgot. I don't give a fuck. I never had nobody on my side. I don't give a fuck. Every group I get in, they whoop my ass eventually. So I don't care.
I'm here for that. Usos versus the Tongas. It's a USPS. I don't know what the United States Postal Service did to the Tongas, but I'm here for it.
I know some postal workers that beat the shit out of the Tongas if they came up to them for real.
Especially Tyler, or Tonga, whatever. I don't like them. I don't like them.
Don't like them.
Just brought a light bulb out. They should bring the Usos back, because Jay doesn't need to be by himself. Like, I don't think he needs to be by himself. If you put the Usos back with the heat, with the work that Jay has done, oh my God, bro! Like, that tag team would be number one
in
next
the stratosphere, bro.
And then they will fight Motor City Machine Gun.
Fire.
Yeah,
fire. But
so in that case, SummerSlam should be Roman, Jimmy, and Jay.
Roman, Jimmy, and Jay. Yeah.
And they're gonna recruit the.
Got to be Hikuleo. We could talk about that too. He just signed. Well, rumor is he signed with WWE. Hikuleo. So,
who they got on that team that's going to compete with Jacob Fatu?
Not a damn soul.
Yeah. So that's what we. He's kind of a wild card here, because he's going to have to go buy a gun. That's your best option. You better pray. Nigga go whoop your ass. I don't know who. Whatever team gets him, that it's like the push to win button. Like, what you gonna do?
I think that's where Paul Heyman comes in. That's where Paul Heyman comes in, is because he like, all right, Roman, we get that you back. We get the Usos is here. We gotta try to convince Jacob Fatu to come over to this side, because, like I said, when Solo got that nuclear weapon, bro. I mean, if you watch every episode that he's on, he's taking out top stars dolo. It's not him and Tagaloa. It's Jacob doing this. It's Jacob taking out Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, and Cody Rhodes by himself. If I'm Paul Heyman, hey yo, look, bro, we got to get him over on this side. So I think that's where Paul gonna pay dividends.
Matter of fact, It would be fire if Paul was the one that came back at SummerSlam. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm saying? And then Roman comes out. If all three of them can anyway, I got some breaking news, y'all. Chat, I got some breaking news. I need to pay close attention to this. Bobby Lashley has been removed from the WWE internal roster. His contract is set to expire very soon. He ain't resigning.
Oh. Well.
Big shout out to Johnny Dirt Sheet, the Dirt Sheet Radio chat. He just dropped it in there, and I'm sure it's about to drop on the Dirt Sheet page too. But that's breaking news. Bobby Lashley is about to be done with the WWE. Somebody also said MVP was on to something. I'll leave it at that.
Man looking all elite.
I think Lashley would cook in AEW, but I would also like to see him pop up in UFC. But then again, WWE and UFC in bed together.
Yeah, they're the same company. I don't think he wants.
Nah, how old is Bobby Lashley?
Not sure. Hey Siri, how old is Bobby Lashley?
No, that's not the move.
Oh, that man, 48.
That's not the move. No.
You want him to go to UFC?
Never mind.
Not the move.
Yeah, beat the shit out of him.
Not the move.
Not the move.
I fuck with Bobby Lashley.
I fuck with Bobby
Not the
too.
move.
That's why I don't want him to go down there with no killers.
No, sir. They got killers in there now.
They
Leave
got
it alone,
killers.
Bobby.
They got real off the leash killers down there.
No, sir. No
Psychopaths.
Montez definitely deserves a solo run. Chauncey said he doesn't fit in Triple H's WWE. Jeannie, what's up? What's up? Big friend of the show. Appreciate you pulling up on us. Jeannie, we just broke the news. Bobby Lashley looks to be leaving WWE very, very soon. That's such a fucking waste, bro. That's such a waste. He's such an amazing talent. When Roman was on his big streak and whatnot, you know what I'm saying, the Daniel Bryan, the Edge matches and all that stuff, and he kept fighting Kevin Owens over. I'm thinking to myself, a liable contender for him should be Bobby Lashley. You know what I'm saying? And then when he joined with Street Profits, I'm like, all right, Usos, Lashley versus, or, you know what I'm saying, something like that, or Jimmy and Solo versus Roman. That, you know, but yeah, did nothing with the pride.
Lashley, unfortunately, I think was the ceiling of what I think WWE knew what to do with black wrestlers. And I think it's kind of an indictment that he's not like a multiple time WWE champion.
Big facts.
Because is there a black wrestler y'all can think of that, other than like maybe Booker T, that would have done more than they had Lashley do?
It's tough, man. Like I said, maybe MVP might really have been on to something, man.
Yeah.
Because Ricochet, he's an amazing fucking talent. Why is he the fucking speed champion?
Yeah.
Why are you letting this amazing talent's contract go?
You know whose name I'm gonna say.
Well, he got a chance and do something in NXT now. Big shout out Cedric Alexander. Big shout out Shantae to Adonis.
Big shout out to
Adonis,
yeah.
But
it's crazy. Shawn Michaels know what to do. That's wild.
I was about to say that. Shawn, the complete difference between Shawn Michaels and Triple H right now.
See, the only thing is, it could be like residual energy from Vince too. Like the patience is just gone now. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to remember, a lot of these wrestlers like Ricochet, like Bobby Lashley, were also there during the Vince McMahon regime. So it could just be Triple H being like, all right, just give me time. And they like, bro, I done been giving you time, like forever at this point. Like, yo, I got to get out of here. So maybe it could be that, because Shawn Michaels and Triple H do work hand in hand. So it's kind of hard for me to believe that Shawn Michaels could be getting it right and Triple H is just totally missing the buck on it. So I don't know. I'm not trying to defend Triple H here.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to do that. Like, don't kill me for that. It's just that I know that they work hand in hand when it comes to NXT. So it's kind of hard to believe that Shawn Michaels is all the way on this side of the spectrum and be able to get it right. The only constant that I could think of is that Bobby Lashley, Ricochet, MVP, they were here during the Vince McMahon era. So their feelings towards what's going on in the future is already sour. And they're like, yo, we just got to get out of here.
Well, let me ask you this. What current black wrestler on the roster is even getting a major push like that?
On the main roster?
Yeah. I mean, Carmelo's having some good matches. Again. He's getting featured on TV every week, but do you see Melo like in a main event of Survivor Series, SummerSlam? You know,
I think
he could do it.
I do, but I think it's going to take time. You get what I'm saying? Like I do, because I was watching SmackDown. Melo didn't get really any pop when he came out.
Yes, X.
But as the match goes on and you see the talent that Melo has, the crowd is like, every week the crowd is like, oh shit, like
that match was incredible.
Melo's dope. You know what I'm saying?
Andrade was fire.
Oh,
so
I
think that's what it is. I think that it's like, yo, this is going to take time, because we do have to remember the Vince McMahon shit is still kind of fresh. I know we haven't talked about it,
He's
but
48.
It's still kind of fresh. He just got kicked from the company a year ago. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
let me ask this and put this into perspective, or see where y'all at with it. It took the fans to start Kofi Mania, for Kofi to get his title run after 11 years with the company. It took the fans to really voice their opinions. Same way the fans voiced, we want Cody. You know what I mean? Same way the Yes movement with Daniel Bryan. The fans changed that storyline. Is it going to take the fans to like really, all right, enough is enough, dog. Come on, man. We need some representation on the main roster too.
It's not a bad thing.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
are there any even black champions on the main roster right now at all? No, because Bianca and Jade lost the women's titles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Triple H.
This is the problem. I'm going to talk about what Isaac said in the chat, because when he was talking about The Rock, I think the problem is, like they said, unless you consider Rock to be black, I don't think they considered The Rock to be black.
No, they didn't.
They didn't book him.
No.
They put him in the Nation, but if you remember, shout out to FD Signifier. Y'all should watch FD Signifier's videos on YouTube. He's a massive wrestling fan, but he was talking about this. If you look at how the Nation changed once The Rock went in it, that all the kind of quasi pro-black stuff they were talking about kind of went away, and it was more like we, us, not us, but us as a WWE fan base. It kind of changed from what it was. I don't think they really saw him as a black man. Owen Hart was in the Nation too. Owen Hart.
That is a great point, and he's not a Nugget.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. Maybe us as a people, especially black WWE fans, we need to start giving them the support that we give Cody in his moment and things like that. Like, it does come down to us too. Like
the way y'all support Cody. I just want to put that out there.
You love Cody.
He's a great guy. Don't get me wrong.
Don't start here, Ocean. But nah, for
real.
Y'all? But for real, like, maybe
because I'm not wearing that ugly ass Eagle shirt. You never see me walk around in one of them.
Maybe we should start making more noise, man. Like, if it's that big of a deal, because I see like certain posts about it, but when it comes to like arenas and stuff, when Carmelo Hayes comes out, he should get a pop. You know what I'm saying? Like, he should. So maybe it's on us to try to implement our voice a little bit more to help.
I will say with somebody like Melo, I think somebody like Melo, even somebody like Trick, even though Trick got that big pop when he was in Miami right before the Royal Rumble and all that, there not as many people watch NXT as they watch the main product. You know what I mean? So maybe it's still taking a little bit of time for them to get over. Even though they had, highlight reels, they had. You also got to think about Melo's first couple matches in on the main roster.
That's the thing too.
Not himself there. You were correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Help himself there. No. And they did, and I will say they did try with Melo, giving him the match against Cody, which is a big look to give you a match against the champion. I will give him that. I think it's more so of a can you do this on a consistent basis thing? Because like you said, NXT and the main roster work hand in hand. Triple H and Shawn work hand in hand on NXT, and it just seems like Shawn can get it out more consistently. Like Shawn understands the like. I think he's allowed to do. NXT is allowed to do more or to try more things.
But do you think this? Do you think that because it's a long play? Because now that we're talking about it, when I'm thinking about the NXT landscape, it looks like the black stars that we're looking to have now are what we're going to get in the future. Because most of them reside on NXT.
So you thinking it's like long term?
So
build them up at NXT and then make them big on the main roster.
Maybe I'm thinking that's what it is that the next black movement that we're looking for just isn't on the main roster right now.
But do you think Trick Williams is going to be the leader of that movement?
I'm not trying to call anybody the leader. I see the movement. I don't know if Trick is going to be the leader.
Trick Williams is Malcolm.
I don't know if he's going to be the leader of that.
Trick Williams is going to be standing beside the door with a loaded rifle, picking out like this.
Trick had his moment, but there's a lot of development that Trick still needs in NXT. Better mic work, things like that. You know what I'm saying? Getting on commentary and then just sitting silent, and you're the NXT chick. Like, it was things like that were bothering me about Trick's title reign that I think he needs fixed. But Trick is in there for sure.
I'm gonna tell you something that's kind of bothers me too. Trick Williams had that NXT championship since what? April?
Stand and Deliver.
No, it was him and what? No, it was him and Melo at Stand and Deliver. That wasn't for the belt. He won it after he beat Ilya afterwards. I think it was regular. Anyway, but I think it was like mid-April or so. But let me ask this: he lost the title in a few months, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there? Do you see black title reigns shorter than what you get what I'm saying here?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean,
but look at Logan. My point was though, Logan Paul though, he's had that U.S. title for a minute and defended it twice, 3 times in like 6-7 months.
Mm-hmm.
That's nasty business to me. And I get Logan Paul's a huge superstar, megastar, whatever, social media, whatever. But
are you saying there would be a bigger uproar if somebody like Kai Cenat was holding a WWE title belt for a while and only defended it 3 times?
I mean, like it was another wrestler, and even if it was Carmelo with the U.S. Championship and only defended that amount of times, he's gonna get criticized heavily.
Yeah,
I feel like. I don't know. I'm not trying to turn wrestling into a race war or nothing like that, but I really do feel like what MVP saying is something to it now. Hurt Business was way too over, and Triple H got the power to bring him back and said, "Nah, we good." Come on, man.
I mean, the only thing about bringing stables back is that it might not necessarily work. So I can see why he do it. We just got into it with the OC. Like, the OC was hot when they were first here. You brought them back, and it's like, yeah, we get it, but man.
But I'm saying, when the Street Profits joined Bobby Lashley, we thought we were getting Hurt Business 2.0, and we were lit.
Yeah, well, they made a mistake by calling that the Pride, though. Like, I think if they would have just called it the Hurt Business or something like that, it probably would have.
They turned. You see, did y'all? This is one of my things. Did y'all see that clip of Obafemi not speaking with a particular accent in those old clips from NXT?
I ain't seen that.
You ain't see that?
I ain't see that.
He didn't have an accent. Mm-hmm. They were calling him Kofi 2.0, but they always
Triple H. Yo, what happened to your accent?
They put that video in the comments. Right there. But this is kind of my thing. This is kind of my thing. They do this thing where, without even an actual understanding of any type of African cultures, they just throw general white gaze Africanness onto wrestlers, and then they'll be like, yeah, this black. It's like when Nike makes the Black History Month shoes, they put Kenta Claus on some black Jordans and be like, here, nigga,
this is black stuff.
Yeah, this is black stuff. Like, it doesn't even have any type of relation or even like culturally specific stuff. I could see if they were like, these guys are Nigerian and this is stuff that's in Nigerian culture. Or these guys are from Ghana. Here's stuff that's in Ghana's culture. Like, it's just, here's general shit that we know about Africa. Here's an onk. Here, nigga. Like,
it's kind of nasty, man.
It's kind of nasty. That's why I was saying about name being the pride. Like, nigga.
A group of lions in the jungle.
Group of lions?
Crazy.
Like,
but yeah, I want to harp on that way too long. But yeah, that was breaking news. Actually, one of my favorite, again, one of my actual favorite wrestlers, Bobby Lashley. Like, I always felt like he was the Black Brock Lesnar. I always felt like he didn't need to talk. He needed a manager. MVP was perfect for him. And he should have been more than what he was. He was very underutilized, I feel like.
If he does go to AEW, who you want to see him go with?
That was going to be my question. If he stayed, well, go ahead. Answer both.
If he goes to AEW, who would I want to see him run the fade with first? Hangman.
Good answer.
I'm good with Hangman.
Hangman not going to get that I've wrestled black people thing off of him. If Bobby Lashley come there.
Yeah, Apollo Crews was Nigerian for a little bit. He came out with a big ass spear, dog. Yo.
This is what I mean. It's all.
Is it bad that I low key thought that was fire? Nigerian Apollo Crews was on some wild shit. Was he not though? Nigerian Apollo Crews was on some wild shit for real though. That shit kind of worked. Now that I think about it,
I like Nigerians, but coming out with a spear,
yo, nah. Apollo. Go ahead, guys.
And
go ahead.
The music was on some. The music was like it was African drums. Like, come on, man.
Nah, showing up as a Nigerian for one beef with a nigga is crazy as fuck. Could you imagine you talking shit to a nigga on Facebook and he show up as Nigerian, that nigga from Cincinnati?
Man. Just for a week.
Just for a week. He Nigerian for 1 week.
While we got this beef, I'm from Compton, cuz. Hey, while we going through it, cuz.
I'm from Compton.
Say that.
Listen.
We can say that, but it got him the United States Championship. So
you know what?
You know what?
So
Intercontinental. He had Intercontinental. In the U.S. Yeah. Matter of fact.
In the U.S. though, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's kind of crazy, man.
So let me ask you a question. Do you like the Nigerian Apollo Crews or do you like current Apollo Crews better?
I like Nigga Man. I like Nigga Man from back in the day. Apollo Crews was dope when he first started. It's crazy to me. Matter of fact, Big Shot Rashad in the chat. He the one that started the whole Nigga Man thing. And
Thank you, Rashad. African
that was Apollo
Crews'
name.
Was he?
But when Apollo was on the indie scene before he signed the WWE, his name was. When he was on the indie scene before he signed the WWE, he was Uha Nation, and he used to have some of the best indie matches, bro. That man can cook. I don't know why he got watered down. So they didn't even use him like that in NXT, which was
Chauncey
crazy.
Is right. Trick was one of his Nigerian soldiers.
Yo, he was full circle, bro. Look, I'm telling you. Fuck this character up, man.
Vince was backstage pointing to niggas, being like, "You're Nigerian this week, damn it."
And Apollo's, what the fuck, Vince? Man.
Oh my god! Wrestling's a sick business. I'm not gonna hold you.
It's kind of crazy. It is kind of crazy, but I don't understand. Again, Apollo was in NXT, got called up out of nowhere. He didn't have no NXT title runs.
Did Sami Zayn work with him too? He had the hat on and shit.
He did. But Apollo Crews in NXT never won no major championship down there. Got called up randomly and wasn't used like that. Get called back down to NXT. Did that stupid shit with his eyeball. Whatever that was. That didn't work. They called him back up to the main roster and throw him in a random tag team with Baron Corbin. Like, what are they doing with this man? If I was him, I wouldn't resign. I would go to AEW and cook. I'd go to TNA and cook.
I would want to TNA, man. Everybody can't go to AEW, man.
This is true.
Getting a little crazy.
Everybody, yeah, that's the other thing. Everybody can't go to AEW.
You gotta find somewhere else.
We're gonna need another company. We're gonna need a third company.
but making
I can't go over that.
But and that's facts. Nigerian Apollo Crews was dope, but making him do that accent was ridiculous, man.
I need you to know how crazy it is to call a nigga who ain't not. Is he Nigerian?
Yo, he's Nigerian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, so there's lineage there. Like, I mean,
But making him do the
Making
accent,
him do the accent is
bro,
crazy.
you've been in the company for 6 years. You ain't never talked like that before. Now all of a sudden, I am the captain now. No, we're not doing that.
WWE is like acting too. Sometimes you just gotta switch shit up.
Sometimes you gotta play in Nigeria.
Oh man, that's crazy. So yeah, that was breaking news.
Danny, if we came into WWE as a tag team, what race you think they would make us play?
Samoan. We definitely going to the
We
bloodline.
100% be standing right there next to Solo.
Definitely. I've been practicing my shit for a minute now, just in case the opportunity arises. I could possibly end up in the LWO too, depending on how I'm wearing my hair that day.
Hey, you in the other Danny Ocean, you know.
We're not gonna talk about the other one. He stole my name. But
the Oceans.
So we talked about going to AEW or TNA. We was talking about TNA and whatnot. TNA Slammiverary went down last night. First off, how y'all feeling about the resurgence of TNA so far? 2024, I think, has been a really good year for them.
I think, yeah.
The whole collab, the NXT-TNA situation going on, I think that's an amazing look for TNA. It really is. The Slammiverary pay-per-view went down last night. Slammiverary did WrestleMania, right? It's
either that or Bound for Glory. They never really established which one is the big one. Yeah.
But they Jordan Grace was on social media and she I feel like she oversold it. She was like, "Y'all make sure y'all tune in some huge surprises. You're gonna be surprised like you ain't never been surprised before. I'm telling you might shit your pants." Like all types of shit she was saying, like gassing it up. And I don't feel like we got many surprises, to be honest with you. PCO got engaged. I didn't care. I didn't give a damn. I was expecting some more NXT people to run in. I'll be honest, I didn't watch the whole pay-per-view. I watched a couple matches. I will say this. The matches with NXT people in them in that main event match, that 6-man tag match, the Rascals versus No Quarter Catch Crew, incredible match. And it was good to see Wesley back with, Desmond Xavier back with Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz. Some of the most innovative offense, some of the most innovative wrestling moves you see with those guys, man. So it was super dope seeing them. And No Quarter Catch Crew went out there and had probably the best match I've seen from either one of them from their entire NXT careers. Tavion Heights looked like a star. The NXT, he looks like some new nigga. You know what I mean? Charlie Dempsey is an incredible technical wrestler, and he had some good matches in NXT and whatnot, but I feel like he did some of his best work last night in TNA. And he does great work I know he's got the match in Bloodsport coming up with Josh Barnett and whatnot. He did great match with them before. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they are watering them down in NXT with these silly storylines about people dying and getting kidnapped and murdered and put in trunks and whatnot. Those guys are pro fucking. Leave that shit to the D'Angelo family, man.
You ain't gonna be here no more. Oh, okay, babe.
Murdered in the trunk.
Murdered in the trunk. You gotta come back a different person.
What's dropping the bodies off at piers when they get fired? What would
Every
they have
time
done?
Somebody try to kill somebody in a wrestling show is the funniest shit ever.
What would they have done to Velveteen Dream back in the day after all that?
Wow.
What would they have done to him?
No comment.
You heard what he been doing?
Nothing he wouldn't have deserved. So, you know.
But yeah, let them boys are pro fucking wrestlers. Let them boys wrestle, man. Get them out them corny gimmicks and storylines, man. But I'll talk about the main event real quick and we'll get off the Slammiverary because, like I said, I didn't watch the whole pay-per-view. The wrong man won the TNA championship last night. It was a 6-way match. Josh Alexander, Alex Hammerstone. I don't know. Joe Hendry lost the match, and I'm pissed off about it. Dolph Ziggler, or Nick Nemeth, is the new TNA champion. Joe Hendry put Moose out, pinned him, so there was guaranteed to be a new champion between Joe Hendry, Josh Alexander, Nick Nemeth, and Frankie Kazarian, right? Frankie Kazarian has been in TNA since its inception, damn near.
Yeah,
Never been TNA champion. Joe Hendry is probably the most popular pro wrestler in the world right now, next to Cody Rhodes, or especially as a wrestler that's not in WWE, the most popular wrestler in the world. How you don't put your main championship on that when you have that opportunity? Big missed opportunity, bro.
I know why.
Why is that?
He's in NXT constantly. Like you can't
Jordan
I get
Grace
it.
is champion. She was in
That
NXT constantly.
they're building Jordan Grace.
We hear you.
Oh,
Not no
when he
more.
from. Well,
That mic does not fuck with Malik.
it's
boy.
hating on him. It's hating on him. I'm gonna stop.
There we go. He back.
Oh, he back. Okay, go ahead. Is he back?
It's different. Jordan Grace is different. Like we're not seeing Jordan Grace on NXT as much as we're seeing Joe Hendry on NXT. Like Joe Hendry has become like a weekly staple on
At the
NXT.
same time, that's just NXT. Jordan Grace was in the Royal Rumble. Like that's big,
get that.
big. She's
I
had
get that,
championship
but-
matches in NXT. She had a chance to take the NXT championship back to TNA. That's big.
That's big, but at the same time, the storylines that they kind of got Joe Hendry now, like Joe Hendry hasn't been in the Royal Rumble. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why. It's not that he doesn't deserve it. Like, no, he damn sure does deserve it. I am actually very happy that Nick Namath got it, actually. But I don't think it's more of a slight towards Joe Hendry. I just think it's more of a protection thing for Joe Hendry because you don't really know what NXT is going to do with him.
Yeah.
It's kind of what Rashad's saying too. You don't want to end up with a Trick Williams situation.
Exactly.
I do kind of feel that.
So you kind of protect him for right now. Yes, you're where you definitely deserve the championship, but I think the way that NXT is using him, they're kind of using him more as a comedy act. And I don't think you need that as your TNA championship. And knowing the history of how WWE treats your champion and stuff like that, you get the Jordan Grace situation has worked out in that favor. We get that. But we still need to give WWE some more time to see what they're going to do with this cross promotion. So as hot as Joe Hendry is, pause, protect him for right now. Let him do his thing at NXT and see where everything's going, and then possibly put the championship on him later down the line. But I will say, like I said, I'm very happy that Nick Namath got that championship because of all the things that he went through in WWE. I damn sure am happy for him. I do believe Joe Hendry should have got that belt, but nice touch giving that to Nick Namath, aka Dolph Ziggler.
I will, instead of like I said, I get what Rashad's saying about it being a Trick Williams situation. I honestly, and I mean this with love, because he's a great guy. I feel like it's more of a Cody Rhodes situation in the sense that everybody wanted Cody to win that title, and he did, and it was a huge moment. Everybody loved it, but what now? That title reign has been mid as fuck. Let's be real. Like Kevin Nash said in that WCW Who Killed WCW documentary, the money comes when you see in the babyface chase for that championship. So Joe Hendry chase for that championship is what's going to put butts in the seats. When he wins it, it's like, oh, he's got it. What now? You know, nobody wants to pay to see him lose it. You know what I mean?
And then what now if you're doing this cross promotion with NXT? You get what I'm saying? So that now is damn sure a what now? Because it's like, oh, you on 2 shows? Well, shit, you might be used you utilized differently on WWE than you are on TNA. And we don't want to fuck that up. We don't want to fuck up your momentum in TNA because TNA.
Well, no, Joe Hendry's a comedy act in TNA too. Like literally that whole somebody say his name and he just pop up in the background type shit. It's kind of being booked the same on both TNA and WWE, but it's just the work he put in, like social media. Did you hear about him booking the billboards outside the arena in Scotland, outside of Clash at the Castle? Nothing on the billboard, but that white background of his face smiling on each side of the arena. So all these WWE wrestling fans that come to this pay-per-view in Scotland for one time, all they see is Joe Hendry face walking up. That's some amazing promotion. He's building himself. They said WWE and TNA both absolutely loved it because he's thinking outside the box. It's bringing in business for both companies, and how they're working together, it just worked for everybody. And he did that on his own dime. He did that out of his own mind. So that show he got a great sense for the business. That show he he could be a major player in the future, like a Triple H. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, like a Cody Rhodes.
Well, maybe it is a Cody Rhodes situation where he doesn't win the title at Mania this year, and he doesn't win it at Slammiversary, but he wins it at Bound for Glory. Maybe it's just, you know what I'm saying, it's the same thing.
Damn, has anybody from TNA won in NXT yet?
I don't
think
know. I don't
no.
think
Matter
so.
of fact, TNA wrestlers go there to lose, and NXT wrestlers go to TNA to lose.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it's been going pretty much. Let's put our guys over. But yeah, so yeah, big shout out Nick Nemeth. He did end up the TNA champion. It's dope because Dolph is my name on Dolph. I'm gonna call him Dolph. Dolph Dolph Ziggler has always been one of my favorite wrestlers. We just had a conversation about top 5 or Intercontinental champions of all time. Dolph was in my top 5. Like he's literally an honorable mention of best Intercontinental champions of all time. So I think he does deserve a good title run in another company. But yeah, I was mad last night. I'm not gonna lie to you. What we got next? Well, let's talk about Rhea Ripley real quick. Yeah, I think it's necessary that she came back. She's not cleared to wrestle yet. It is still questionable for her to wrestle at SummerSlam. So do y'all feel like she needed to come back, or if it was time for her to come back?
Yes, I
Yeah,
definitely do.
it was time.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I feel like the storyline. I feel there was only so many times she was gonna watch Liv sit on Dom's lap and be like, you know, fuck me. I feel like that was only gonna happen so many times to where it wasn't believable if he wouldn't give in, and it wouldn't be believable that like she would sit there and keep allowing this.
I personally, I don't see the point of bringing her back if she's not medically clear, because there's not going to be a payoff for it anytime soon. You know what I'm saying? My thing is, because again, it's possible she could be cleared for SummerSlam, but it's very possible that she won't be. So why not have her return at SummerSlam? You know what I'm saying?
She's clear for SummerSlam.
Not is she? Because I just read earlier today again an update on it that where is it? Rhea Ripley injury.
This would have been a much shorter storyline if I was in Dom's place, because this would have ended week 1.
I'd have clapped the first day.
This ended week 1.
Oh, mommy ain't gonna be here for a while. What's up, Lee? What's happening?
Beat the shit out of me with that crutch.
But
storyline.
But nah, I feel like personally, if she is cleared now, that's awesome, and we do actually get the match. But bringing her back where it's questionable, I feel like it was a wasted opportunity. Like I feel like they could have brought her back at SummerSlam again. The reaction at a major event like that's press.
But she comes back, and we don't get the match at SummerSlam.
Exactly. You come back, you address Dom and all that shit at SummerSlam, and you lead out, and that's what sets up the match going to the next major pay-per-view, which is what? Bad Blood?
Maybe. I see what you're saying. I just think
I get
her coming back when she came back. I think I like it because I like the way they did it. Because
like I said, if she doesn't get cleared for SummerSlam, or she isn't cleared for whatever reason, you're just talking for a whole nother 2 months. You're gonna say that you got to say that title match. Obviously, you just gonna need promos and leave my man alone. Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean,
but realistically, how long was Dom gonna like hold out?
What you say? Hold on. What you say, Malik?
No, I'm saying she got to be cleared because the match is on the WWE website, so she has to be cleared.
Oh well, yeah.
So they did put the match, the official. They made it official.
Yep.
Shit. Okay.
It's on WWE. I looked it up real quick. So she's cleared. So this kind of was the time to bring her back. My thing with Rhea Ripley coming back though is that I'm not necessarily impressed with Damian Priest's title run. So the whole Judgment Day thing was getting a little stale to me. Like even Finn and what's his face, JD. I don't think they've had too many matches with the tag team titles either. It's kind of all
so far, yeah.
It's kind of all been centered around the Judgment Day has been centered around this Dom thing. That's what's been the thing that's been popping. even with Damian Priest having these feuds with Seth Rollins and now Gunther, that's second to what Dom is doing right
And
now.
that's crazy to me, man.
So this was the right time to do it, is to bring her back and then build that match for SummerSlam.
Because she's the actual leader.
Yeah, exactly. Another thing. Who is gonna face Liv for the title at SummerSlam? Selena Vega? No shot at Selena Vega. I'm not saying, not shooting at her.
Honestly, I was looking forward to that match after Zelina promo on Liv. She called her, she's like this little thotty, blah, blah, something like, she was going off on her. She was talking like she was like, the New York came out of her. I was like, all right, I'm a Zelina fan again.
Mm-hmm.
But that's who I thought they were gonna end up going with. I feel like that's who they probably would have ended up going with if Rhea wasn't cleared. And plus, I think Zelina deserved that shot. She had a great match with Rhea at Backlash Puerto Rico. You know, let her get that shot against Liv.
Nah, not over Rhea though. I'd rather have Rhea. I'm just with everything that's going on, man. She fits better. Like,
I mean, definitely now the whole situation. Obviously, that's the match that they were leading up to.
Maybe if you want a match with Rhea, you just gotta try to fuck Dom. That's the whole thing. So Zelina, if you want to, you just gotta try to go get Dom.
So let me ask you this real quick too. So we got Rhea Liv SummerSlam. Do y'all see Rhea taking the title back off Liv? Or are they gonna let Liv rock out for a bit?
No.
So what y'all think, Dom turning?
Yep.
So you trying
to
Liv the big?
I told you the custody of Dom ladder match is going to happen. I've been saying this for months. Dom's going to sit up in a little cage, and somebody has going to have to get up there and convince Dom to come to him like he's a little kitten.
Like Enzo.
Yes.
Enzo in a cage match.
Yeah.
I definitely see Dom turning on her. But does that take him out of the Judgment Day? Does that take her out of the Judgment Day? Damian Priest obviously on his way out. He's starting to get the babyface treatment. I don't know if y'all saw the thing in WWE. Well, I think it was in Mexico where Damian Priest and Jey Uso dapped up. He helped Jey Uso up doing some face shit, some babyface shit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's clear that he's on his way out of Judgment Day. And Gunther is obviously the heel going into this match at SummerSlam too.
Mm-hmm. We didn't get to talk about Gunther doing the white privilege promo.
Dog. Didn't he call that man a street rat or New York street trash? Like, yo.
The I had two good parents promo.
Bro, I was waiting for one of them. I'm telling you. Like, he was going crazy.
Gunther, I remember somebody pointed out this. Gunther been talking like this for months, though. He's been talking to people crazy.
Gunther is he's the best example of an old school wrestler in modern day. I feel like the way this nigga don't even got no finisher. He's like, whatever I beat your ass
with, beat your ass with something.
Whatever makes your ass not get up no more is what I'm going to use. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I respect that. But yeah, I think Dom's going to turn on it. I think overall, I think Dom's going to turn. And I think what we need to get used to is stables just ending when they need to.
Don't overdo it.
We don't need a 2.0 of everything.
I'm fine with Finn and JD staying teams because JD is Finn's apprentice or whatever in real life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm fine with them staying a tag team. They're a legitimate tag. They have history. They're not just thrown together. You know what I'm saying?
There is a storyline of the way there's a bloodline storyline. There is also a Judgment Day storyline, and I feel like it's coming to its conclusion.
I feel that
sometime soon. And we don't need it to continue.
What else was on the agenda today? Let me take a look because we got. Matter of fact, we told everybody earlier. We got a few in the chat. Drop your top 5 favorite tag teams of all time. That's what we're closing the show out with tonight. That's what we're going to be talking about here in a minute. Drop your top 5 favorite tag teams of all time. We're going to get into that in a second. We talked about TNA. We talked about Rhea. We talked. Real quick, we're going to touch because I know Malik got to get up out of here shortly. MJF versus Will Ospreay this past Wednesday on Dynamite. 59 minutes and 58 seconds. That is half of their weekly show was one match. How y'all did Malik, you said you didn't see it. Vaughn, did you watch it?
I haven't finished it.
Man.
I didn't get to finish it.
Crazy thing is, I started watching Dynamite. I ran to the store real quick. Came out maybe 30 minutes later, and these boys still wrestling. I'm
Yeah.
like, what? So I rewound it to catch up, and I was like, it might probably ending soon. I don't want to see who won yet. Let me rewind. 59 minutes and 58 seconds, bro. And they were actually cooking the whole match. They're like,
Whole match.
rolling, no dry spots, no none of that. I feel like, for one, Will Ospreay is probably the best wrestler in the world. I really do, man. Because he makes matches so exciting, so entertaining every time. And MJF is probably the best sports entertainer in the world because he tells the best stories in the ring. Not necessarily, like, I wouldn't say he's one of the best wrestlers in the world, like as far as technical type shit. You know what I'm saying? But the man can get a fucking kangaroo kick over. Come on, man.
Yeah.
He can make you like. I appreciate the fact that some people can make you like feel a different level of excitement when they're wrestling, like like an unpredictableness. I can't explain what I'm thinking right now, but you watch an MJF match, you don't know what to expect from him.
What you got, Malik?
Nah, I'm mad Gerard's using the conversations at the shop to put DIY in his top 5. Bro, get off of the we don't that's not how we feel. That's how you feel. Use your personal profile for
I don't
dumb
feel like you
like
standing
that.
on business, nigga.
Cut that out, bro. You use your personal shit. Don't put DIY in the top 5 on conversations at the shop. It's not a shot to DIY.
Oh,
but
man.
Come on, bro. That was sickening just now. Cut that shit out, Gerard.
That's crazy. That's nasty work. What up, Gerard? Big shout out to everybody in the chat. Matter of fact, make sure y'all hit that like button, share, subscribe, and whatnot, and get your top 5 tag teams ready because we're gonna get on that in a second. But right now, we talk about this MJF versus Will Ospreay match from Dynamite. If you saw it, what did you think about the match? Talk to me. Did y'all really feel like MJF needed that championship off of Will Ospreay?
I think I don't know if I feel like he needed it off of Will Ospreay, but like
What up, bro?
it's. I mean, MJF, Will Ospreay don't need a belt.
No, he
Ospreay,
never needed to take it from Roddy in the first place.
Will Ospreay's belt. It feels like a championship match when that nigga wrestled, regardless.
Facts. Super
Like
facts.
regardless, it's big atmosphere. He's gonna be wrestling, and MJF kind of has the same thing. Yeah, wait.
He told Gerard to take a nap.
He said we family.
Yeah,
Oh man. So I took that personally.
Nah, but yeah, I don't feel like, do either of them really need this belt?
Mm-mm.
No, but damn sure they didn't wrestle like they didn't need it.
I'm gonna tell you why. The only reason I do like the MJF took that belt, because it's obviously setting up Daniel Garcia versus MJF at All In.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like MJF gonna do the job and put Garcia over and give him that moment. You know what I'm saying? MJF has had several moments already. He's one of the main reasons a lot of people watch AEW. Let's be real about it.
Daniel winning it off MJF makes more sense than him winning it off of Ospreay.
Exactly. So I think that's the reason why MJF got that win. But I'm here for it either way, because Daniel Garcia, after what MJF did to that man, that match is going to be crazy. You know what I'm saying? And again, that's MJF with his entertainment, like his being a sports entertainer. The way he handled Daniel Garcia when he picked him up off the ground, holding him by his throat, just shaking his head, and like, "Look at him! Y'all did this." That had me hyped for the match already, right there. Mm-hmm. Oh, Garcia's gonna murder this man on live TV in 4K and pay-per-view. You gotta pay $50 to watch a live execution. You know what I mean? So they set that match up perfectly. I'm looking forward to it. Chauncey, I get what you're saying, but I'm still gonna pause it.
Say, bro.
Hey, man. Say, man.
The Rub sounds like a tag team that would be made of like Gold Dust
and Dalton Castle
and like Drake off of like 13.
Drake can't catch no break nowhere.
Drake and Gold Dust would be the Rub.
Oh man,
off of like 13 milligrams of like some exotic drug.
So yeah, what were we literally just talking? MJF and Will Ospreay. Like I said, incredible match. Shout out to Swerve too, because after the match happened, Swerve posted on Twitter, I beat him in 27 minutes. Black power, my brother.
True.
I see what you're doing there. That's black excellence right
You
there,
did beat
boy.
him. Goldust
27
and Valentine
seconds.
Dream, you get 5 years in prison for saying that in the comments.
Wow.
Start sending y'all to prison.
Chauncey is wilding in these comments
Goldust
right
and
now.
Valentine Dream, 5 years. 5 years mandatory.
All right, let me see. I think we are where we need to be. We about to get to this. Let me make sure. I do want to take a quick minute to say Hologram sucks. He's a great wrestler, but that whole gimmick was terrible. I watched Collision for the first time in probably since its inception just to see this debut that had been hyping for weeks. This technical innovation in professional wrestling. It's a nigga in some silver tights.
That's new. You know, like, so,
This man came out dressed like a baked potato.
boy, Silver Dust.
I ain't going for it. I literally was watching Collision to see this one guy. Can they hype me up? Well, I gotta see this. I gotta see this. I say he's a great wrestler. He's a great luchador. Did some great shit in the ring and whatnot. But that whole character, the whole thing, I wasn't here for it. Not gonna lie to you. DSR ski, what's going on, man? We are definitely in full effect, man. Hey, Chauncey, I'm about to call security in a minute. I'm not going to
Bro,
hold
it's
you.
crazy. Like,
I'm
Drake
about
is
to
their
call...
manager, and they come out the passion fruit.
What?
That's their theme song can't be passion
Why
fruit.
passion fruit, man? But all right. It's that time though, y'all. Let's get right into it, fellas. I hope y'all had the time to think about it.
Top five.
Top 5 talk. We talking top 5 tag teams of all time. It's a resurgence of tag team wrestling in WWE right now. AEW's been cooking with tag team wrestling. Top 5 tag teams of all time. Which one of y'all want to go first?
Go ahead, Vaughn.
All right, I'll go first. This is not a very cohesive list because this was something we're doing, but I think I can go ahead and go. So this is not any particular order.
Okay.
Haven't sat to think about like who I think should be like number one or anything like that. But I'm gonna start things off number 5 and just going ahead. The Hardy Boys.
Okay.
The Hardys, man. Now we doing top 5 of all time or top 5 favorites?
Favorites. Your top 5 favorite of all time. Like just your opinion. We can't judge it. Well, we can't.
Because I would put people differently if I was judging like who I think is the greatest. But if I'm just going off my favorites, then I'm going off my favorites.
Okay.
The Hardys were going to make the list regardless.
I think they're gonna be on a lot of people's lists.
Yeah, I mean come on, it's the fucking Hardy Boys. Like what?
Yeah,
what? In what other way do you want to see 2 men try to kill themselves? Like they're like innovative doesn't even. I think innovative is too small of a word to describe what the Hardys were doing in tag team wrestling. Like it wasn't just I'm gonna jump off of this high building. It was like I'm gonna make it a moment that I'm jumping off of this. Like it's iconic that I'm jumping off of this.
Their highlight reel is crazy.
It's crazy. It's like their highlight reel could be the highlight reel of the WWE in the early 2000s, late 90s.
That's real.
Like
that's real.
Number 2, New Day. New Day. The New Day were not supposed to be what the New Day became, like at all.
Not
like there was no way that anybody could convince me that them 2 motherfuckers was those 3 motherfuckers was gonna be
3 preachers.
Right. There was gonna be anything like that. That was going to turn into anything. The motherfuckers was selling. They was selling grown men bootios.
I bought 2 boxes. I did
because they was just that damn good in the ring.
Them shits was $15 a piece.
That's insane. Nah, y'all taxing. I didn't know it was that much.
I bought one to eat and I bought one just for the collectors. Yeah.
You bought a box of bootios to eat?
I bought some bootios. I ate the bootios.
How were they?
Dead ass Stay-O Lucky Charms.
Okay. But yeah, shout out to the New Day.
I dead ass
Huh?
chipped a tooth back here on one of the fucking
Oh, you
marshmallows.
chipped it too. I thought you said you shit your pants. I was like, well, brother, I don't know if that was the stale
It might
lucky
not
charm.
have been the bootios or not. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it was it. But yeah, we're going with, of course, with the New Day. This is a this next pick is this tag team like introduced me to the concept of tag team wrestling pick.
Mm-hmm.
Paul London, Brian Kendrick.
Okay, I'm not mad at that.
Underappreciated tag
I'm
team.
not mad at that at all.
Underappreciated tag team. When they was just pulling two motherfuckers together in the early 2000s to just make a tag team, those two really embody tag team wrestling to me.
That's hard.
Creative as hell.
Facts.
Like could go regardless. Like they, come on, great tag team. I'm at 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at 3. I got for number 4. I'm gonna go with Edge and Christian.
Okay.
Because
those with the benefit of flash photography.
Yes. Nah, those again in those moments where you needed the Hardy Boys. The Hardy Boys needed a foil because they were just so over and so likable. You needed just two like dickheads, like to just go out there and just slap people with chairs and shit. Like you just needed them, and they were willing to do anything the Hardy Boys were willing to do.
That's facts.
Especially Christian. Christian, like I feel like it's like the fourth man out when people talk about the Hardys and Edge and Christian and everything. But Christian was willing to do anything that was going to hurt anybody in any match.
The boys got a kazoo over. That's talent.
Very much so.
Speaking of, big shout out to Edge too. If y'all don't know, we actually interviewed Edge. Our very first episode of 3NT Wrestling was us interviewing Edge.
Yep.
Check out our YouTube page at 3NT Wrestling. We got an interview with Edge up there. We got Daniel Garcia up there. Who else did we interview, boys? Calvin Tankman. Andrew Everett. We got some Mega Ran. We got some dope interviews up there. I did interview Mark Henry. Me and Vaughn interviewed Anthony Bowens. It's crazy.
Doing this to think is insane. I want you to know.
I had to do that.
That's doing that to think is crazy. Last tag team I'm gonna name Motor City Machine Guns. I feel like that. I mean, if you ever seen the Motor City Machine Guns, come on.
I'll give you that.
Come on. Dog.
All right, that's your top 5.
Those are my top 5.
You had Motor City Machine Guns, The New Day,
Hardys,
the Hardys,
Edge and Christian,
Paul
London, Brian Kendrick.
All right, what you got, Malik?
All right, my top 5. They're not gonna go in any necessary order. I didn't put them in order. But number 1, Hardy Boys, for everything that Vaughn just said. How could you like tag team wrestling and not have the Hardy Boys in your top 5? It will be a little weird to me.
I'll tell you why in a second.
Okay, all right, no problem. All right. I got Hardy Boys in my top 5. Number 2, I got the Dudley Boys. They were putting old women through tables, bro. That shit is so fire. I don't care. They were beating up their own cousin. The shit they used to do to Spike Dudley was the next level savagery. So
I'm sure Spike Dudley deserves some compensation from these wrestling organizations.
Spike Dudley must have been like some type of like monster backstage because they was throwing him into anything they could throw him into.
Did not give a damn about that man's well-being.
The most unsafe wrestling moves I've ever seen performed is on Spike Dudley.
Yeah. Number 3, I got Edge and Christian. Okay. Number 4, I'll put the Usos in there. It took me a long time to really appreciate the Usos as much as I did. But when I saw them in the Bloodline, man, and then seeing everything that they did before their career and where they're at now in their singles run, bro, it's been fire for them. And number 5, this is just comedic relief because I forgot about them.
Doink and Dink?
No, Hardcore and Crash Holly, bro.
Yo.
Fire to me back.
I forgot about
that. How do you like me now?
Yo. Bro, they were a tag team, but they weren't like really a tag because Hardcore hated Crash. Like, low key, he hated Crash Holly, but they were tag teaming. Like the shit that put me on to that when I was watching WrestleMania 2000 the other day. and they were in the they were in like this. It was a battle royal for the hardcore championship, and it was nothing but tag teams in there. This nigga Hardcore Holly hit Crash Holly. In the
Chauncey
face
want us to
with
name Gorilla Monsoon.
with a glass candy jar for the title.
What?
Yeah, bro.
I gotta go back and watch WrestleMania.
Yo,
2000,
go back
man.
go back and watch that match, dog. So those are my top 5, man.
Got you. Chauncey, for one, I'm an old head. I ain't gonna hold you. And there are some great old school tag teams. I saw your list a little bit earlier. You listed Legion of Doom, you know what I'm saying, Dudley Boys. Demolition was one of my favorite tag teams of all time, too. But I just don't want to tell my age like that. So I'm not going to put them in my top 5 of all time. Come on, man. People calling me Unk out here. No. My top 5. And I'm going to tell y'all, first off, why the Hardy Boys are not in my top 5. They ruined it for me. Retire, fellas.
That's crazy.
They ruined it for me. They killed their entire legacy. They both killed their legacies for me, man. They still trying to do it for what? What do you have to prove anymore? You, on paper, you one of the greatest tag teams of all time. So why are you still doing dumb shit? Why are you going out there having sloppy matches? Why are you going out there high out of your mind? You know what I'm saying? Like,
to be very fair, Jeff was high of his mind pretty early on.
It's true too, but you got to be high to do some of the shit they were doing. But it just killed the legacy for me, so that's why they're not in my top 5. They're still a great tag team of all time, but that's why they're not in my top 5.
Well, maybe anymore. They don't ruin it for me because I don't watch none of their new shit. Turn it off, man.
No. Chauncey in the comments can't say that Legion of Doom should be in his top 5 and say that they need to retire. What's homie from Legion of Doom that was out here wrestling with fucking Heidenreich?
Do what now?
Yeah, one of the members of Legion of Doom was wrestling with Heidenreich in the early 2000s, wasn't he?
I think so. The one that was still alive.
Hawk? Was it Hawk that was wrestling with Heidenreich?
It was either Hawk or Tour, one of them.
Nah, niggas that was wrestling with Heidenreich can't tell me that niggas need to retire.
But nah, yeah, that's one. So that killed my legacy.
That's
it killed the Hardy's legacy.
I figured that was going to be.
Was it Animal? It was Animal.
But so to my top 5, to satisfy the old head in here, Chauncey, the Hart Foundation, one of my favorite tag teams from back in the day, easily. Incredible matches. Bret Hart, the excellence of fucking execution, one of the best technical wrestler. Well, back then, the best technical wrestler in the world. You know what I mean? So yeah, Hart Foundation is in my list. This is no particular order, by the way. I got to put New Day in there. Vaughn listed all the reasons because they were not supposed to be successful, and they made it happen. You know what I mean? And then the tag team title runs, breaking all the records, so on and so forth. Amazing. Some amazing matches. Rock and Roll Express, I know you 70.
The Rock and Roll Express? Yeah. You sound like me. It's like that's like when niggas born the same year as me be like Illmatic is the greatest album of all time.
Next, in which I did feel a way about the Usos breaking all the New Day records and whatnot. Like, let the boys have something. But the Usos are also in my top 5. A lot of it because of their matches with the New Day, to be honest with you. And like Malik said, the way they went from the face paints and the colorful shorts and all that, and it's like we'll never see them as anything other than, tag team mid-carders or whatever. And they became tag team main eventers of WrestleMania. That's big. How often have you seen a tag team match main event WrestleMania?
Right.
So, got to put the Usos in there. The next one, Vaughn, you had it too. Motor City Machine Guns. Always been one of my favorite tag teams of all time. Like I said, back in the TNA days, their moveset was just so insane to me, doing shit I've never seen in my life. Got to put them in my top 5.
Yeah.
This last one, y'all going to talk shit about. But this is my personal favorite top 5 tag teams of all time. And I don't need your judgment or your opinions. Okay?
Taka Michinoku and
not Kai and Tai. Come on, man. But I feel like there may be some people to agree with me on this. Probably not. In my top 5, and this is barely making it on the 5, American Alpha. American Alpha was one of my favorite tag teams in NXT, bro. Chad Gable and Jason Jordan. I used to watch NXT for them when they had a match. I really did. I feel like it's on me. Again, this is my
I'm just
personal
looking
top
at
five.
This nigga's
He feel like I ain't standing on business, but I said what I said. American Alpha was one of my favorite tag teams of all time. I was
not laughing at Diddy. I'm laughing at Barn because you looking at me.
What do you mean me? I sat there and looked at you.
look, man. Y'all ain't gonna see me laughing at my top five, man.
I wasn't even laughing. I just looked down and see what Malik was doing.
But
my damn business looking at you to see what you do.
The reason I'm saying American Alpha too, for one, I was legit sad when Jason Jordan got injured and couldn't wrestle no more. Legit sad. Not gonna hold you. But they had an incredible run in NXT. And then when he got injured, they kind of went out on top because they still never had a bad match in NXT. Mm-hmm. So that's why they're one of my favorite tag teams, because I never saw a bad match from them. People say the same thing when I say Bun B and Method Man are my top 5 favorite rappers of all time. When have you heard a bad verse from either one of them?
Wait, what?
Bun B and Method Man both are in my top 5 rappers of all time.
What is your top 5 rappers?
Top 5 rappers?
Yeah.
Jay-Z, Eminem, Bun B, Method Man, Lupe Fiasco.
Okay.
Ain't nobody out rapping either one of them.
Lupe.
Especially Lupe. Ain't nobody out rapping Lupe.
No, I don't think nobody.
Battle rapper, it could be Loaded Lux and fucking Kendrick Lamar together. They're not out rapping Lupe Fiasco. Simple as that. But yeah, again, very unconventional choice. I get it, but to me, they never had a bad match. So that's why I edged them inside my top 5. Taking nothing away from the Steiners, taking nothing away from the Dudleys, Harlem Heat, Legion of Doom, none of them. But my preference, they were must-see TV for me. That's what it was for me. So that's my top 5. I'm going to read a couple of these in the comments real quick. Rashad, big shout out Izzy, man. He said, Edge and Christian, the New Age Outlaws, Dudleys, Harlem Heat, and New Day. Harlem Heat's legendary, too. That's big facts.
New Age Outlaws was going to be in mine, but I had to put the Usos in there. If I had to replace Hardcore Holly in them, it would be New Age Outlaws.
I got you. Jeannie said the Usos, Edge and Christian, the Hardy Boys, Harlem Heat, and the Hart Foundation. My man Nas said the Hardy Boys, the Brothers of Destruction, Edge and Christian, Rated RKO, and the Usos. Rated RKO is very underrated too.
Yeah,
another kind of thrown together tag team I didn't really care for, but they did do their thing as a tag team. I ain't gonna knock that. Who did I call security on? Oh, because of the rub. That's right.
Yeah.
And let me scroll back up and find Chauncey's top 5. Where did he
put his
go?
top 5 rappers in there?
Steiner Brothers, Legion of Doom, Outsiders, Hart Foundation, and the Dudley Boys. Tell me you 55 without telling me you 55.
That's crazy.
I'm fucking with you, Chauncey. I appreciate you tuning in, man. He went top 5 rappers. He dropped his, said Lupe, Outkast, T.I., Beanie Siegel, and to Beanie Siegel.
Beanie Siegel is crazy.
You know what? I'm not going to judge that. People got their own preferences.
You put both of Outkast as one nigga?
Was the fusion dance, didn't it? But that was our show today. We are bringing back
top five talk
back. Top 5 talk is back permanently. Every single show we're gonna have a top 5. Y'all gotta run that for us, or we might roast you in that comment section. Who knows? I do have the ability to Photoshop while we live. Just putting that out there. But now, do us a favor. Make sure I hit that like button, subscribe, hit us up in the comments. Let us know what you want to see more of on the show. We might have some interviews lined up. Fellas, I ain't tell y'all either. AEW is doing Dynamite in Winston-Salem on August 7th. You know I had to send that email out. So hopefully I have some good news soon.
Come pull up. Come talk.
Exactly. Don't get me wrong, too. Outkast, legends, for sure.
Yeah.
But that's it. Hit that like button, subscribe, tell a friend about the 3NT Wrestling Podcast, man. We here every Sunday live on Dirt Sheet Radio. I'm gonna start going live on my page, the Danny Ocean Show page. I got a decent I don't have anywhere near as many followers as a Dirt Sheet Radio page. They got 150 something. Matter of fact, shout out to Dirt Sheet because they posted in a group the other day. Big shout out Johnny Dirt Sheet. He said in the first few years of Dirt Sheet Radio, it took forever for them to get 100,000 followers, and within the last 6 months, got over 50,000 or something like that. So, big shout out to everybody in Dirt Sheet Radio. It's probably one of the fastest growing groups on the page. I'm happy to be a part of the team. Malik, I know you're happy to be a part of the team too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Vaughn, I got to get you in there, man, for sure. You one of us too. Chauncey, we're gonna bring you on one day, man. Like I said, we're more than happy to have guests on the show. So you're more than welcome to come on. Just if you have bad takes, we're gonna cook you.
Oh, for sure. I ain't gonna say nothing, but for
cook.
sure.
You know,
for sure.
We gonna cook you. But yeah, anytime y'all want to join the show, let me know. Let us know y'all want to join the show. I will send you a link and come on, talk your shit, talk about certain topics, bring up whatever you want to bring up. It is the 3NT Wrestling Podcast, man. Please hit that like button. Tell your peoples about us. Make sure you go follow me on Instagram at the Danny Ocean Show. That's how you can find out what I got going on. I got a lot of dope shows coming up. I'm working on my birthday concert in September right now, and it's a lot, man. Fellas, tell them where to find you at. Tell them what you got going on.
Yo, so you can find me all over your socials. VONK252, Von K252, Snapchat VONK on air. If you like to argue with me about my takes, you can practice your arguments by yourself in my DMs while I open them and laugh sitting back on the beach with a pina colada. Yeah, you can find me there. Also find me at afropunk.com. Shout out to the whole team at Afropunk. Thank you to everybody over at Afropunk. I have more stuff there, hopefully, coming soon. So, yeah, you can find me there, VONK252.
You can find me, Matthew Malik Wilson, on Instagram. Also, you can catch me on MLBbro.com. If you actually happen to be watching the show and see me look over at my phone, I'm actually looking for highlights to post on the MLBbro.com Twitter page. So you can go there, find me there, man. I got a couple articles coming out in August. Appreciate the support.
That's dope, man. Yo, I know I said this on an episode before. I said this almost every episode, but I'm fucking proud of you, bro. You graduated college, chase your dream. You doing that shit. Like you said in the group chat the other day, like, bro, me and Ron Parker are homies. Like that's crazy feeling.
Crazy.
Like
Yeah, bro,
you grow up watching somebody on TV and following their career, and now you can text them back and forward about OnlyFans, whatever y'all be talking about.
No, it ain't like that.
Parker asking you, have you heard about this new thing?
Nah, I'm messing with you. But it's super dope, man. But yeah, thank you again for pulling up, chopping it up with us at 3NT. We'll be back next Sunday, 4 p.m. Tomorrow I should have I got a call tomorrow with halftime, by the way, too. So I'll have a definitive answer on if we're doing this SummerSlam watch party out here in Eastern North Carolina. If we're not doing a watch party, more than likely we're gonna be doing a live watch along up here with y'all. So thanks, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. It's the 3 Ski.
Everywhere. So just pulled up in the Rubicon, but I got my eyes on you. Tryna figure out what the do you be on? Girl, you hardly hit me up, and when you text back, it be one word. What the is that? And your friends here looking like that. Now if I press up on her, you'll be so mad. But you found out I'm on the east side. All of a sudden it's 3 words, hey big head, no one can't deny. I'm looking at the DM, about to smack myself, cause I know I'm about to reply. And like a dumb, guess what I did? Started typing, Ayo, be nice, you my freak, right? If you free tonight. Then I pop back over to the east side. I'm rolling on the east side. I see you still on the east side. Shorty live on the east side. She gon' die on the east side. Damn, got it right. Had to move a pack just to get that right. Told you I would never come back to east side. Never, ever, ever